Hey there, data rock stars and future Python legends. Get ready to explode your skills. Welcome to Datamissile YouTube channel, where we educate and share the latest developments on data-related subjects. Today, we are diving straight into the heart of what makes Python the absolute powerhouse for data science in 2026. And that is the unbeatable combination of NumPy, Pandas, and Matplotlib. These three libraries are the daily drivers for data analysts, scientists, and business intelligence pros around the world, because they let you go from raw, messy files to clean insights and stunning visualizations faster than you ever thought possible. Imagine opening a CSV with millions of rows of sales data, cleaning it in seconds, running lightning calculations across entire columns without any slow loops, and then producing professional charts that instantly tell your team which products are exploding in growth and why. That is exactly what happens when you master this trio. And by the time we finish this video, you will have the practical knowledge and the confidence to do it yourself on real projects. We start with NumPy, because it is the foundation everything else stands on. NumPy, now at version 2.4, and rock solid, as of March 2026, turns regular Python lists into high-performance end arrays that live in optimized C code under the hood. This means you can perform vectorized operations on entire arrays at once, instead of writing slow for loops that drag your machine down. You import it as import NumPy as NP, and suddenly you can create an array of daily sales numbers, and instantly calculate the mean, standard deviation, or even multiply every value by a conversion factor in one single line. Broadcasting is another superpower here. If you have one array of prices and another of quantities, NumPy automatically expands them so you can compute total revenue across thousands of rows without any extra work. You also get random number generation for simulating data when you are testing models, linear algebra tools for more advanced work, and statistical functions that run in milliseconds even on huge datasets. The key mindset shift is to stop thinking in loops and start thinking in whole array operations. Do that, and your code becomes dramatically faster and cleaner, which is exactly why NumPy remains the speed engine behind almost every data workflow. Now that you have the numerical muscle from NumPy, Pandas steps in and makes everything feel like working with a super smart Excel sheet. Pandas version 3 dropped in January 2026, and it is a massive leap forward. It builds directly on NumPy arrays, but adds the famous series and data frame structures that let you label rows and columns, handle mixed data types, and work with real-world tables the way humans actually think about data. You import it as import pandas as PD, and loading a file is as simple as df equals pd and read CSV, with a new D-type backend set to Piero for huge speed gains on large files. The biggest win in Pandas 3 is that copy on write is turned on by default. This means when you slice or filter your data, you are no longer risking accidental changes to the original data frame. It is safer, more predictable, and saves memory because copies only happen when you actually modify something. Cleaning data becomes effortless. You can drop duplicates, fill missing values with means or forward fills, convert columns to the right data types, and filter rows with simple Boolean conditions. Grouping is where it really shines. Group by category and aggregate revenue as sum and average order size in one command, and you instantly see which segments are driving your business. Merging datasets, pivoting tables, handling time series dates, creating calculated columns like profit margin. Everything feels natural and reads almost like English. 80% of real data work is cleaning and transforming, and Pandas turns that grind into something you actually enjoy doing because it is so fast and intuitive. But numbers on a screen are still just numbers until you visualize them, and that is where Matplotlib takes over. Import it as import Matplotlib, PyPlot as PLT, and you unlock the ability to create line plots that show revenue trends over time, bar charts that compare product categories, scatter plots that reveal correlations between marketing spend and sales, or histograms that expose the distribution of customer order values. What makes Matplotlib special is total control. You can add titles, axis labels, legends, grid lines, change colors and styles, create subplots to show multiple views side by side, and even annotate key points directly on the chart. You can call plot methods straight from a Pandas data frame for quick wins, or go deeper with the object-oriented interface for more complex dashboards. Save your figures at high DPI and they look publication-ready for reports or presentations. The library has been the gold standard for years, and in 2026 it still integrates perfectly with everything else in the stack. The real magic happens when you chain all three together in one seamless workflow. And let me walk you through exactly how that looks on a real e-commerce dataset so you can copy it today. First, you load the CSV with Pandas using that PyArrow backend for speed. You check the first few rows, run df.describe to get instant statistics, and spot any missing values or wrong data types. Then you use NumPy-powered vectorized math to create new columns like profit margin by multiplying price and quantity arrays minus cost. You clean outliers with simple conditions, group by month and category to calculate totals and averages, and finally feed those results straight into Matplotlib. In minutes, you have a beautiful line chart of monthly revenue growth sitting next to a bar chart of top-performing categories, complete with clear labels and a title that tells the exact story your manager needs to see. This end-to-end process scales beautifully whether you have 10,000 rows or 10 million. Here are the pro tips that separate beginners from pros. Always prefer vectorized operations over loops in both NumPy and Pandas because they are orders of magnitude faster. LearnLock for label-based selection and iLock for position-based because mixing them up wastes hours. When visualizing, focus on clarity first and beauty second so your audience gets the insight immediately without confusion. Keep an eye on memory usage by converting object columns to categories or dates where possible. And remember, the latest Pandas improvements around user-defined functions mean your custom calculations run smoother than ever before. Even with all the exciting AI tools available right now, deep mastery of these three libraries gives you something priceless. You understand exactly what is happening under the hood. You can verify AI-generated code, fix edge cases, and customize solutions to fit your exact business needs. Companies are still paying top dollar for people who can reliably clean, analyze, and visualize data at scale. The fastest way to get good is to practice on real data sets right now. Open Jupyter Notebook or Colab, grab a public CSV from anywhere that interests you, and start loading, cleaning, calculating, and plotting. Do one small project today, maybe analyze your own bank transactions or a public sales file, and you will be amazed how quickly it clicks. Each project builds your intuition and your portfolio at the same time. You have just been given the exact toolkit that professionals use every day in 2026. If this video helped you see how powerful and approachable these libraries really are, smash that like button, subscribe to Datamissile, and turn on notifications because we drop fresh data content every week. Drop a comment right now and tell me what is the first real dataset you are going to tackle with NumPy, Pandas, and Matplotlib. I read every single one, and I love seeing the community grow. Thank you so much for watching. Keep learning, keep analyzing, keep visualizing, and I will see you in the next video, where we take these skills to the next level with even bigger projects. Stay data-driven, my friends.